Hey, what's going on guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be running you through a hybrid squad builder. Costs about 20k on FIFA 16. I don't know if I can really call this a hybrid just because there's only one La Liga player and then all the rest are Serie A players, but oh well, I'll run you through the team and let you know the player instructions and just basically like what players perform well in which areas and stuff like that. So as you can see, in goal I've got Handanovic. It's a pretty standard Serie A defence. Probably my favourite players at the back here. So we've got Handanovic in goal, Miranda and Manola centre back, Lichtsteiner right back, and Alexandro left back. They're probably my favourite defenders actually in Ultimate Team, just because of like how good they are for how much they cost. I think like the two centre backs here, they cost literally like 4k between them, and the left back and right back cost like, I don't know, like 3k I think. So overall it's a defence that's like less than 10k, which is really good. And the midfield as well, Pereira, I always have to have him in my Serie A teams. He's just one of those players which I just can't live without. He's just really quick, really good at defending, you know, great all-round stats. And centre mids, Nainggolan, and I'd usually have Marquisio as the other centre mid because he's a great player. But I thought I'd give Valero a go just so he could link up with Castro, and he's actually performed really well. I always get confused between like which players which when like Nainggolan and Valero get the ball, just because they're both bald in game. They both look very similar, but they're both great players in my opinion, very similar players. Centre attacking mid, I converted Morata to a centre attacking mid here, as you can see. He's usually a striker, but he actually played really well in attacking midfield. He hasn't got the best passing, but that didn't really make too much of a difference, to be honest. It's useful to have him playing just behind the strikers because, you know, he's pretty tall. He can win those flick-ons and get up to the two pacey strikers up here. As for these guys, you know, they're really good. They get loads of goals between them, Callejon and Castro. If you haven't got Team of the Season Castro, and if you can't like win him as well from the Team of the Season Cup, you can like basically put anyone striker. If you got Morata in a striker, put him up there with Callejon, and then got like Mertens or Insigne and put him cam, that would work perfectly as well. I think that's what I used to do. But yeah, so it's a really solid team. I play it in a 4-1-2-1-2 version 2. It's a very similar formation to the 4-3-1-2, but I think I prefer this formation just because, you know, the two centre mids here on the right there and the left, they play a bit more wider, just so if you come up against like opponents with wide players like left or right mids, then you can sort of defend against them much easier, just because these centre mids here push a little bit wider, and then you have this defensive midfielder sitting in front of the back four keeping them solid, and this attacking midfielder, you know, helping the strikers out. But anyway, in terms of player instructions, I tend to not change much, as you probably know if you've watched my previous videos. My right back and my left back I always just have on standard, like basic balanced attack, just so that they can sort of join in with the attacks, and they do always tend to come back as well. So that's just personally how I prefer to play with them. In terms of my centre defensive mids, I usually have him on stay back while attacking, just so he can sit in front of the back four and just sweep stuff up, you know, make tackles, all that stuff. Centre mids I leave on balanced as well, just so they can run up and down the pitch. Centre attacking mid I usually have on stay forward, just so he can, you know, always be up there with the strikers to win those flick-ons and headers and stuff. And as for the strikers, I also have on balanced on everything, just so that they're not forced into like playing one style of play, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's today's team, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Remember to leave a like if you do, and subscribe if you're new around here, and I will see you in the next video.